Hi, I'm Natalie, and I'm the only child of a rich couple of tech entrepreneurs. They developed some apps that became super popular overnight, and they became millionaires. Sounds cool, right? Well, it wasn't that great for me. But before we continue the story, please like and subscribe. My parents were always working or traveling, so I hardly ever saw them. I was practically raised by my nanny, and my best friend was my chauffeur, Thomas. I really wanted to have friends my age to play with, so when I was 5 and starting school, I was thrilled. I put on my new uniform and cleaned my thick glasses. Oh yeah, I have a huge eyesight problem. I'm almost blind without them. When we arrived, I noticed that everyone in the parking lot was looking at me. Just then, I spotted a girl my age standing close by and saw that she was wearing the exact same shoes as me. I walked up to her excitedly and put my foot next to hers. Look, we have the same shoes. We could be best friends. The girl stomped on my foot.
Don't think you'll be popular here just because you came in a fancy car, 4 eyes.
But I
didn't ask and I don't care. Don't talk to me.
And with that, she flicked her hair and left, and her minions followed. I soon discovered that her name was Cynthia, and she was in my class. She told everyone I was a loser who'd begged to be her best friend, and I instantly became a laughingstock. For the next few years, I just kept my head down and ate my lunch alone in the janitor's closet. In the second grade, I saw a sign-up sheet on the board for dance auditions. I'd been having dance lessons at home since I was a kid, and I loved it, so I immediately put my name down. But just then, I heard Cynthia laughing behind me.
There's no place for you here. Only talented dancers can join the class. The ones who don't wear stupid glasses.
I was so tired of her walking all over me. I am a talented dancer. You don't get to decide what my place this.
With that heavy equipment in front of your eyes, I don't think so.
That joke about my glasses is now older than my grandma, and I'm bored. Come up with something better already. Her eyes went wide in surprise, and I walked off feeling proud of myself. Maybe she'd let me be now, but I was so wrong. On the day of the audition, she got to dance first. She wasn't bad, but I was better. But when she finished dancing, all the judges got up and clapped for her. Immediately, a woman in the jury said,
"That was brilliant. We have the person here for the lead role."
"Wait, what?" I climbed onto the stage immediately. "Excuse me, ma'am, but she was only the first dancer. You haven't even seen the rest yet." The woman looked at me with disgust.
"I can tell simply by looking at someone if they're talented, and you are not. Someone take her away, please. Next."
That was so unfair. After the audition, I saw Cynthia hugging that woman and calling her mom. Now it made sense why the judge was so nasty. Well, I couldn't even do the one thing I loved, and Cynthia still kept making my life miserable. Over the next few years, she spread a rumor that I had a contagious eye disease, and anyone who hung out with me would go blind, and everyone actually believed her. Another time, I'd taken my glasses off during an exam to clean them, and I didn't notice her slipping a cheat sheet on my desk. I nearly got suspended. I spent most of my time denying all these stupid rumors, and it was exhausting. One day in 7th grade, as I was walking down the corridor, Cynthia pushed me and my glasses fell off. "What the hell are you doing?"
Move it, Professor Four Eyes.
That was it! I attacked her blurry figure, knocking her to the ground. We were wrestling, pulling and pulling each other's hair when a teacher intervened, and we both ended up in the principal's office. Cynthia looked totally chilled out, and her mom landed 2 minutes later to defend her.
"Oh, I know this child. She's a troublemaker."
Her mom was on the school board, and the principal seemed to believe her instantly.
Where are your parents? Your father said he'd be here right away.
Before I could answer, Thomas opened the door.
Oh, that's not her father. That's her chauffeur.
Clearly, she's not on her parents' priority list. They sent the chauffeur to deal with her.
I blinked away my tears furiously and ran off to the empty school auditorium, one of my usual hiding spots. I put on my headphones and started dancing in the dark. It was the only thing that kept me sane. When I finished, I heard someone clapping. As I looked towards the audience, I saw a boy sitting in the dark. It was Clayton. Clayton was popular and hot, and every girl in school wanted to date him, including Cynthia, and that was reason enough for me to stay away from him. "What do you want?"
I was just watching you dance. You're really good.
"Please just stay away from me." And as I was walking past him, he gently took my arm.
Wait a second. Okay, I just want to talk.
I stopped, my heart beating a little faster. He removed my glasses.
You're really pretty.
As he pulled me closer, I shut my eyes waiting for my very first kiss. But before anything happened, he started to laugh and ran away with my glasses. "Hey, wait!" I started panting and sweating. Everything was dark and blurry. I heard laughs coming from every corner.
Loser, four-eyed dork.
I covered my ears and started to cry. Suddenly, Thomas opened the door and shouted,
"Natalie, where are you?"
"Oh, here comes the superhero to the rescue."
Or should we say super chauffeur?
Cynthia and her tribe skipped out laughing as Thomas took my hand and then drove me home. I didn't go to school for a few days and stayed in bed, but the more I thought about it, the angrier I felt. I was alone and my parents weren't going to come bail me out. I had to stand up for myself. It was the only way to deal with these bullies. But when I went back to school, suddenly everyone and everything had changed. Cynthia ran towards me and hugged me like a best friend.
My Nat, we were so worried about you.
Yes. Where have you been? We missed you.
Even Clayton was there smiling at me. What on earth was happening? What are you up to? Don't touch me. And then I heard a voice behind me. It was my mom.
Natalie, what are you doing?
What am I doing? What are you doing here?
Nat, how come you never told us that your mother is the founder of the most successful fashion app in the world? She just gave us a ton of discount coupons for the most awesome brands.
And why did I need to tell you that I don't even use it?
You're hilarious, Nat. That's why we're best friends.
No, we're not. You're a psycho.
Natalie, you're being so rude. I didn't teach you those manners.
You're right. You didn't teach me any manners. You didn't teach me anything. So go back to making your apps, Mom, and take these psychos with you. Well, maybe having a famous mom would finally help get Cynthia off my back, but that was wishful thinking. Because from that day on, I not only had to deal with her at school, but also in my own home. Since Cynthia had convinced my mother that we were best friends, Mom had a brilliant idea of inviting her home every day and to come with me in the limo. But one day, just when I was at the edge of losing my mind, something unexpected happened. As I was coming out of class, I saw Cynthia and her mom arguing.
You need to train for nationals, Cynthia. You seem really distracted.
Don't worry, Mom. I'm practicing at the studio every day. I know how important the competition is.
Okay, just checking. You have to win every competition to get a university scholarship. Your stupid father has left me with no money, and you have to go to Juilliard. It's important for my reputation.
I know, Mom.
I realized Cynthia had been lying to her mom about going for practice because she was always at my place. Now is my chance to get rid of her once and for all. That afternoon, when Cynthia was at my place as usual, I stole her cell phone, took her mom's number, and called her, acting as a secretary from the dance studio. Hi, I wanted to tell you that your daughter had an accident at the studio and you're her emergency contact. Can you please come over immediately?
Oh my God, is she okay?
Yes, she's fine, but she's asking for you. I'm sending you the address.
I'll be right there.
Okay, that was a bit dramatic, I know. When I heard a car screech to a halt outside my house, I went running out. Cynthia's mom was shocked to see me.
You, what? Is this some kind of prank?
Oh no, please believe me, you have to come see Cynthia. As her mom looked at me suspiciously, I led her to my bedroom where Cynthia and her minions were reading magazines, lying on my bed.
Gosh, I think I'll just run away and become a teen model or marry some rich billionaire. I don't want to dance and go to stupid college. Mom is really annoying. No wonder Dad left her.
You ungrateful Brad.
Mom, I was just kidding. Shut up. You're coming with me right now. You're grounded for life.
She took Cynthia by the ear, like a 5-year-old rascal caught doing something bad by her mommy. It was heaven, and I've been recording the whole thing on my phone. It was an Oscar-worthy film I could watch on repeat, and then I shared it with the whole school. By the next day, Cynthia was the laughingstock, and that was the end of her popularity. But when I got home that day, Mom was waiting for me with her phone in her hand.
You made this and circulated it everywhere. How could you do this to that nice girl? You're a terrible person.
I'm glad at least this made you pay some attention to me. Mom, did you know Cynthia has bullied me from the day I started school? Do you know she's knocked me down, spread rumors about me, and humiliated me in front of everyone? You wouldn't know because you were never here. Her mom always came to defend her, but mine never showed up for me.
I'm sorry, Natalie. I didn't know I was so busy all these years to build a great future for you. This app, this company, this money, it's all yours.
Well, you know what, Mom? I always thought I was angry at you for never having any time for me. But now I think what's been bothering me all along is that I'll grow up to run your company one day, and I'll become someone like you. And I don't want to be like you. I don't want to ignore the people who love me the most for some company or money.
Oh, I didn't know you hated me this much.
Mom, I don't hate you. I hate the fact that I might turn out to be a mother like you.
Please forgive me. Please give me a chance.
I wasn't ready to forgive her right away, and I didn't talk to her for months, but it seems like my words had really moved her, and she kept trying to make up for all the lost time. And eventually I decided to give her a chance again. And well, Cynthia, she never bothered me again. She was now a prisoner of her mother, who didn't take her eyes off her and forced her to dance every single day. Before ending the story, I want to tell you that pushing others is not right. We should learn to love and help one another.
After 10 years of trying to get pregnant, the woman finally got the great news. But her happiness was short-lived. The doctor looked straight into her eyes and said,
Ma'am, your baby has Down syndrome.
Months later, she delivered the baby, and it was me, born completely normal and 100% healthy. Everyone said it was a miracle, and that's what my name means. Hi, I'm Nasa from Alabama. But before I continue my amazing story, click like and subscribe. My dad had a mechanics workshop, and I hardly saw him because he worked so much all the time. Even though Mom came from a rich background, she never helped Dad with money.
Isn't that God's will? A man has to sweat and earn his bread and provide for his family. If you want to eat, you better put food on the table.
Once when I was 3, Mom and I visited him at the workshop. He was fixing a car and asking me to hand him the plier. I didn't know what it was, so I just picked up the entire toolbox and put it in front of him. He was shocked.
How did you do that, Nasa?
Just like that, Daddy? It's easy.
Oh my God, you're so strong. Oh, my daughter. No, it's like you're my son.
Why are you looking so happy, idiot? I don't want a manly daughter. Girls aren't supposed to be delicate. This is what I get. After 10 years of waiting, I'm taking her to the doctor.
The doctor said I was exceptionally strong because my muscle strength and testosterone levels were higher than most girls. But Mom just kept calling me a freak. She decided to leave me with Dad every day at work to help him make more money. 2 years later, Mom gave birth to my little sister, Ella. But she was born with the Down syndrome the doctors had predicted for me. The minute we saw Ella, Dad and I were in love with her. And we made sure she didn't feel different growing up. But Mom just couldn't stop complaining about us.
Why is God so mad at me? First, you came out really weird, and now Ella. I must have done something terrible in my life that I'm getting punished for.
She was trying to feed Ella as she whined nonstop. And suddenly, Ella spat out all the food on her face. Gosh, I loved that kid. Mom also didn't allow us to watch YouTube videos because she said it was a sin to do anything fun. She blocked YouTube. But I found an amazing app that can solve it. I took Ella to my room, and we watched videos all night long. One day, when I was at Dad's workshop, a bus suddenly stopped in front of us, and a man jumped off.
Oh my God, girl! Are you for real? You just lifted those big tires all by yourself? I'm already seeing you as an Olympic weightlifting champion.
The man introduced himself as a sports coach and asked me to join his school in California. He also gave Dad his card and said he'd be waiting for us to tell him when we could leave. Dad was so excited for me, and I felt like I'd just won the lottery. But when I told Mom, she flipped out.
Are you crazy? I'm not trusting a stranger and leaving the place and the wealth God's given me here. No one is going anywhere.
I was super bummed at Mom's reaction, but then little Ella came up to me with a solution.
What if Mom has nothing? Let's throw all her money away.
OMG, Ella, you're a genius. Yes, let's donate Mom's money to charity. I found a charity organization and filled out all the forms online. But suddenly, I started to lose my nerve. Maybe this isn't such a good idea, Ella. I don't think we should do this.
Yes, we should.
With that, she clicked on enter, and in a second, Mom lost all her money. Even Dad's workshop was in her name, and it was gone. She threw the biggest tantrum ever and even threatened the organization to return her money. But they refused, and there was nothing she could do about it. Angry and frustrated, she finally agreed to the last option, going to Cali. And she never knew it was us. When we got there, the coach showed us a small house for rent. He also assured us that he'd get special scholarships for Ella and me, and we'd be going to the same school.
How can you be happy about this, Nasa? You know how Ella is. What am I supposed to do? Go to school with her and guard her from the bullies?
You don't need to do that, Mom. I'll handle it. She's mine. On the first day of school, I dropped Ella in her classroom. When I entered mine, I saw no teacher there, but a girl was catwalking in front of everyone. As I tried to slide past her, she stepped on my foot with her pointed heels. I yelped in pain, but she started yelling at me instead of saying, "Sorry."
You idiot! Why did you bomb my show? I was rehearsing for the beauty pageant contest.
Oh, your show. I thought this was a classroom, not a stage.
Well, you thought wrong. I'm the queen of the school, and I make the rules. And I say the whole world's my stage.
Wow, she seemed crazy and really full of herself. Later that day, Ella and I were eating lunch in the cafeteria when Auntie came over and said we were sitting at her table. Just then, she saw Ella and she started laughing.
Oh, you didn't say you have a sister? Well, I can see why. I mean, you must be so embarrassed by her.
Shut up, Ancy. You're just embarrassing yourself.
You can't talk to me like that. I told you, I'm the queen here, the hottest girl in school.
Why do you have a fever?
I think she does. Ella, let's help her feel better. And with that, I threw a glass of ice-cold water in her face. The whole cafeteria burst into laughter, while Ancy screamed and stormed off. So many people thought Ella was adorable and wanted to be friends with her. Meanwhile, I also started weightlifting practice, and the coach was stunned to see me lifting heavier weights than the boys on the team. One day when I came out of the gym, I saw Ella standing with a sad face outside the dance room. I asked her what had happened, and she cried out,
I don't want to be here. These girls are mean. They don't want me on the team.
I barged into the dance room, and I wasn't surprised to see Ancy there. Hey, why did you tell my sister she can't be on the dance team? What's wrong with her?
What's wrong? Are you blind? It's obvious she can't do fast moves with us, and we don't have forever to teach her. Now be off with your dee-dee dumb sister.
I totally lost it. I walked over to their sound system, pushed over the big speakers, and wrenched out all the wires. As Ella and I walked out, she turned around and locked the door from the outside. That was an awesome moment. But we got caught and ended up in detention. And Mom went nuts when she found out. God, I knew this would happen. Ella is not like everyone, and she can't be with everyone. You were unkind to that girl, and that makes you two sinners. I'm going to go pray now. I don't want to go to hell with you.
Our daughters are not unkind. I'm sure there was a good reason.
But before he could finish, Mom just pushed him aside and stormed off. Mom is just terrible. The next day at school, I looked for Ella during recess, and I couldn't find her anywhere. I was running all over the place, feeling panic rise inside. Where could she be? Just then, I spotted a grand piano in the corridor, blocking the janitor's closet. As I stepped closer, I heard Ella crying out for help. Oh my God! Ella, I'm here! I'll get you out, sweetie! With one big push, I swept the piano out of the way and opened the door. Poor Ella came tumbling out in my arms, crying like crazy.
Ancy told me to go inside.
I was gonna destroy that witch. I stormed off to the dance room with Ella, and before I could get to Ancy, Ella ran straight at her, pushing her aside. They both landed on the floor, and just then, a beam fell off the roof exactly where Ancy was standing seconds ago. Oh my God, Ella had just saved Ancy.
I saw it was falling, so
How dare you touch me, you moron! I don't want your disease rubbing off on me!
That was the last straw. I walked up to Ancy and gave her a hard slap. You're a heartless bully, Ancy. You think she's weaker than you, so you pick on her. But here, she is saving your stupid butt after everything you've done. She's got more heart and strength than you ever will. And you could learn a thing or two from her. We all could. Because Ella is freaking amazing. Just then, I turned to see lots of kids had followed us into the dance room, and they were all clapping and cheering for Ella. Everyone started to boo Ancy, and she ran off crying. When we got home, I couldn't wait to tell our parents what a hero Ella had been. But we found the two fighting loudly. I'm not putting up with your embarrassing daughters anymore. My church friends say they are weirdos. Do you know how that makes me feel? I'll stay only if we give them up for adoption. Decide.
That is the easiest decision I've ever had to make. You're a selfish, horrible woman, and you don't know how to love anyone. So please, for the love of God, get out.
Wow! Dad finally spoke up. Mom shouted and cried, but Dad just threw her bags out on the street, and our lives at home became so much happier. The next day when we were leaving school, Ancy suddenly leapt out from behind a tree and spat at Ella. I was about to attack her, when suddenly a well-dressed man stepped in and grabbed Ancy's arm.
What did I just see? Ancy, I can't believe it! How could you be so cruel to this child? You're grounded for a very long time, and you're off the dance team.
Dad, you can't do that!
Keep talking, and I'll ask the principal to expel you myself. Apologize now.
Well, the queen bee finally bowed her head. Also, it turned out that Nancy's dad was a big-shot doctor, and he offered to take over all of Ella's medical bills and help out with any therapy she needed. When Mom heard that Ella wouldn't be expensive now, she contacted us by saying that she was sorry, and she always knew we were special. but we told her to leave us alone. After a year of training, the coach said it was my time to shine. He entered me into many weightlifting competitions, and my medal collection has just begun. And I always have my biggest supporter cheering me on.
I was in the shower when I smelled something burning. Holy smokes, was Mom cooking again? I grabbed the towel and rushed to the kitchen. There was a pan with milk overflowing on the stove, but Mom was nowhere to be seen. Mom! Mom!
Dee, Mom got a call and she left.
This was so typical of my mom. She was the most irresponsible woman on the planet. With her absent-mindedness, it's a wonder me and my little brother Noah were still alive. If you think I'm exaggerating, hear this. Once when I was 9 and Noah 1, she drove us to the supermarket and made us wait in the car while she grabbed some groceries. Minutes turned into hours, but she just didn't return. Noah started crying his lungs out, and I was in tears too. Thankfully, a kind gentleman lent me his phone to call her. Mom, how are you?
I'm at the movies, Dina. I met a friend at the supermarket, and we both. Oh shoot, are you two still in the car?
So you get the idea, right?
Dee, I'm not feeling well.
Oh, honey, what's the matter?
I'm so sorry.
It's okay, Noah. I wasn't done showering anyway. You go lie down in your bed and I'll make you some hot cocoa after I get cleaned up, okay? Noah has a heart condition that makes him so weak, a surgery can cure him. But with Mom unable to hold a job longer than a month, we just don't have enough funds. But I am determined to do whatever it takes to get him treated. Oh, that reminds me. I'm getting late for work. I dropped out of school last summer, and now I set up a pizza stall outside this museum. And not to boast or anything, but it's quite a hit among people. You should see the long queue. Crappy piece of poop, you ruined all my pizzas.
Hey, Peanut! Pick a fight with someone your own size!
What are you calling a peanut, you butt face? Now just pay the damages, or get ready to have your intestines shoved up your throat. The biker guy laughed menacingly and took a step in my direction. But suddenly, a well-dressed guy stepped in and pushed him away.
Leave the girl alone, get going before I call the cops.
The biker guy shot me a furious look, fed away on a stupid bike.
Thank you would be nice.
Thank you? What for? Did you really have to butt in and ruin everything now he's gone without paying me anything for all this? I spent all my savings buying this oven and now it's broken. Oh God, what will I do? My brother's sick. I thought I'd take him to the doctor with today's earnings.
Hey, I'm sorry. I can pay you. How much do you need?
Listen, mister.
Travis?
Yeah, whatever. I don't want your charity.
No, please, I insist.
If you really want to do something for me, give me a freaking job or just buzz off. I knew no one in their right brains would hire a high school dropout, right? Wrong. Apparently, Travis did have a job for me, and a wacky one at that. He wanted me to act as his fiancé for a weekend in front of his family, and in return, he offered to pay for Noah's surgery.
My grandma is seriously ill. Doctors have given her just a few more weeks to live, and her last wish is to see me engaged.
So, you're okay with deceiving her this way? I'm sorry, but I don't want to be a part of this.
Well, at this point, I'd do anything to see her smile.
Travis sounded like he really cared for his grandma, and I could still remember Noah's pale face from that morning. So, somewhat reluctantly, I agreed to the deal. Now, before you find out if I regretted my decision or not, just go like and subscribe to the channel. Now that weekend, when Travis came to pick me up in his Lamborghini, Mom's eyes literally popped out of her head.
Dee, when are you going to tell me your boyfriend is loaded?
She rushed out and practically fell on Travis as he got out of his car.
Are these for my beautiful, charming daughter? She loves lilies and she loves diamonds too. And designer handbags, shoes, limited edition watches.
Mom, no one needs you inside.
Oh yes, of course. You two have fun and, before you leave, do you have a private jet? I mean, Dee loves beach holidays with me and Noah. So...
Mom, I've never seen a beach my entire life.
He can take you.
I practically pushed Mom inside the gate and got into Travis's car.
Your mom is interesting.
I think you mean impossible.
Ha 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 ha. Anyway, these are for you. Just a friendly gesture. I thought since we're supposed to be an engaged couple, we might at least be on cordial terms. Also, I wanted to warn you, my mom could be a little, intimidating. Don't let her get to you.
Awesome, now I'm even more nervous. Minutes later, when we reached Travis's home, my jaw literally hit the floor. The place was a freaking palace. Travis dropped me at the main entrance and went to park his car in the garage. That's when I heard a shrill voice.
Hey, you get lost. We don't need anything you're selling.
But what if I'm selling manners? Surely you could do with a little of those.
How dare you?
Mom, I see you and Dina have met already.
Dina? So this is your fiancé? You keep shocking us, Travis.
Mom, Dina's an amazing chef. She makes excellent pizzas and...
Oh, I'm sure beneath that hideous outfit, she must have a lot of personality, but I'm not really interested right now.
Wow, what a rude snob. Travis's mom was a real nightmare, but his grandma was the complete opposite. She was the sweetest woman I'd ever met, and my heart melted to see how much she adored her grandson. That evening, while we were having dinner, Travis's mom kept shooting me death flares, but thankfully his grandma kept the conversation going.
So, you and Travis met in school, Dina?
No, I dropped out of school last summer. Actually, I had to set up a pizza store to earn money. Suddenly, Travis's mom started coughing, as if she was choking or something. So I immediately got up and gave her sharp blows in the back.
What are you doing? Don't break my back.
Are you feeling better? Once I choked on a coin, and this is how my mom saved me.
Why the heck were you eating a coin?
I wasn't eating it. I was just hiding it in my mouth so I could get my brother and myself an ice candy later on. You know those cheap ice candies? Before I could even finish, Travis's mom got up and walked off mid-meal. What? Did I say something wrong?
No, nothing at all.
For some reason, Grandma and Travis burst out laughing, and I joined them too. That night, Grandma called me and Travis to her room.
Dina, Travis is just like his grandpa. Gentle but impulsive. I was worried he'd rush into a relationship and then probably regret it, but after meeting you, I can see he's made the right choice.
She then took out a box from under a pillow and gave it to me. Inside, it was an exquisite emerald bracelet.
This is my most prized possession. Travis's grandpa gave it to me on our wedding night. Want you to have it now.
Oh no, I can't take this.
Please. I've always intended to give it to Travis's fiancé.
I looked at Travis, and he gestured to me to keep the box. So I took it, and I thought I'd return it to him once we got back. The rest of the weekend went by in a blur. Travis was funny and kind, and I kind of developed a small crush on him. And by the way he looked at me, I guess he liked me too. The day Travis dropped me at home, he told me he'd scheduled Noah's surgery in the coming week at the city's biggest hospital. Little did I know I was in for the biggest shock ever. On the day of the surgery, as the nurses were taking Noah to the operation theater, I was asked to get the bill settled. I started to panic a bit. I called Travis, shot him multiple messages, but no response. Where the heck was Travis? Was he okay? And how the heck was I going to pay for the surgery without him? That's when I thought of Grandma's bracelet. I sell it. I get enough money to cover the hospital bills. No! How can you do this, Dina? You know how precious that bracelet is to Grandma, but do you really have a choice? You honored your end of the deal, and if Travis isn't here to honor his, you've got to do this. Feeling utterly helpless and desperate, I decided to go to the jeweler. His eyes lit up on seeing the bracelet, and the price he quoted for it was more than enough to cover the hospital bills. When I returned to the hospital, my heart was aching. But when I approached the billing counter, they informed me the bill had been settled already. What? Who paid for it?
I've no idea, ma'am, but the system shows your dues have been cleared.
I almost cried with joy. And then a nurse told me Noah's surgery was a success. I rushed to see him. Noah, how are you feeling, baby?
My chest hurts, but doctor says I'll be okay in a week and I can go running in the park like other kids.
Of course, darling. Now you rest while I go out and call Mom. I walked out of the room to see Travis and his mom walking towards me. Travis, I can't believe you decided to show up now when everything is over. Do you have any idea what you put me through?
Whoa, calm down. What's wrong?
What's wrong? You knew it was Noah's surgery today and you simply vanished without a trace.
Grandma got sick last night, so we had to fly her to London, but I told Mom to inform and take care of the bills and everything.
Which I did, of course.
No, you did not. I was scared to death figuring out how I'd pay the hospital all by myself.
Stop lying, girl. The bill has been paid.
So you did, but only in the last 1 hour. Just then Mom walked in on all the drama.
My daughter can be stubborn, rude, and a lot of other things, but she is not a liar.
Oh, look who's here! The gold digger's mom. I bet you tricked my son into buying you this designer handbag, just like your daughter tricked him into paying for that kid's surgery.
This bag is fake just like your hair and your lips.
You witch! If your daughter is so honest, ask her where is the bracelet that my mom-in-law gave her.
My face turned white at the bracelet's mention. How the heck did she know? It's with me.
Oh, really?
His mom took out her phone into my shock and horror. She showed us pictures of me with the jeweler holding the bracelet.
See, Travis, this shameless girl sold our priceless family heirloom for money.
I looked at Travis and he looked completely shook. Travis, trust me, it's not what it looks like. You know I can never do this, right?
I don't know. Dina proof is right here, and you still want me to trust you?
Oh, I see. I thought you knew me better than this, but I guess we don't know each other at all. I opened my bag and fished out the bracelet. Yes, I did take it to the jeweler, but I couldn't bring myself to sell it. I know I could survive a few days more without the surgery, but I knew if this bracelet was lost, Grandma probably wouldn't be able to take it. Travis looked guilty and tried to apologize, but I'd had enough. We had a deal, and both of us honored it. Now let's move on with our lives. After that day, Travis tried to reach me many times, but I shut him off. Except that I did go for his grandma's funeral. With Noah fully recovered, I just wanted to focus on getting into a good culinary school. And, by God's grace, I did manage to get into one. The next 2 years, I worked my butt off and finally opened my own restaurant. On the opening weekend, I was busy talking to a customer when I saw a familiar face. Travis! What a surprise!
Congratulations, Dinah! I'm so proud of you!
Thanks! What would you like to have?
A chance to start all over again would be nice.
Hi everyone, I'm Lexi. Like and subscribe to get the gift you've been wishing for. Growing up, my parents were always super supportive of me and gave me everything I ever wanted. Even though they were self-made millionaires, they still made sure I understood the importance of hard work. But I was kind of bad with money. I had a spending problem, not on myself, only on my friends. I loved to treat my friends with nice things like picking up the tab at restaurants, and they'd always act so grateful. Little did I know their niceness was all because of my money. But it all came crashing down one day, and that's when I saw their true faces. When I was 13, my friends asked me to keep watch outside the library, and 10 minutes later, there were loud noises. All of them ran, and I was caught with a bag that had a bunch of firecrackers in it. But I didn't do anything, I swear. Believe me.
She got tricked again. She's so dumb.
I'm standing right here. Miss Cole, please. But none of it worked, and I was sent to detention for an entire week. At first, I was keeping to myself in detention because the kids were all mean. But one day today, I was doing my homework when I heard a voice. It was the kid who usually sat there.
You have to do it this way here.
Oh, thank you. You look familiar. Do we know each other?
Wow, we're in all the same classes. I'm Zach, never mind.
Sorry, I've been so busy with my friends that I haven't had the chance to meet anyone new.
It's fine. Heard they threw you under the bus again. Listen, you've always seemed like a nice girl despite how naive you are. And Lexi, your money's the only thing your friends care about. Don't be fooled by them again, just because they act all nice to your face.
They're barely even nice to my face anymore. To be honest, if they were, I wouldn't be here in detention. That evening, I thought about what Zach had said, and I had to admit he was right. During that week of detention, Zach and I became friends. That was almost 3 years ago, and their friendship has only grown stronger since. A couple of months before high school, Zach had a major glow-up, and all of a sudden, everyone wanted to be my friend for a whole new reason. But for me, he was just Zach, my best friend. I realized the reason I liked Zach so much was because I felt so comfortable around on him, and he was so kind to me. Unlike my old friends, he didn't care about money and always split the bill when we went out. He also never let me buy him expensive gifts. He didn't see me as the rich Lexi, but as Lexi, a bro of his. What a weirdo. Zach was such an amazing friend, But little did I know that one day he would be the one to turn my world upside down. Once when I got the highest grades in 10th grade, Zach threw me a surprise party with my parents. It was totally awesome. So many huge celebrities were invited, including Iris. I loved her. The party was a blast and I had an amazing time. Can this day get any better? Turns out no, it couldn't, but it could get weirder. I was in for the biggest plot twist of my life, like the twist at the end of the movie The Sixth Sense. As I was walking up to my room after seeing off my friends, I heard my parents arguing, which was really weird because they hardly ever fought.
No, we can't tell her. What if she leaves? She's my baby.
But she has a right to know. We should have given her the letter when she was younger, but we kept putting it off. We can't keep her in the dark forever. It's time she should know about her real family.
Mom, Dad, what are you talking about?
Honey, we can explain.
Before they could stop me, I snatched the letter off the table and then my entire world crumbled. Is this real? I'm not your daughter.
Of course you're our daughter. You'll always be our baby girl, but it is true that we are not your biological parents.
How could you keep this from me?
Lexi, we're sorry. This is not how you were supposed to find out. We wanted to tell you sooner, but I, your mom, birth mom, left that note when she left you and your brother at the orphanage.
Brother? I have a freaking brother. What else haven't you told me?
Sweetie, please, calm down. You look pale.
I think I need to lie down. That was a lot of information for me to take in 16 years of me living here, and I find out now that I was adopted and have a twin brother who was adopted by another family. I was furious at my parents and refused to talk to them for weeks. When Zach tried to force me to talk to them, I told him everything. How could they do this?
You're angry right now, but you have to remember your parents never let you feel like you weren't their own. The love they have for you, it's real. No matter what it says on a piece of paper, when you calm down, you'll realize how lucky you are. Not everyone is this lucky, Lexi. I know I would give anything to have a family like yours.
That made me feel sad for Zach. His parents had split when he was 10, and it had been just his mom and him ever since. And I realized Zach was right. I forgot how much my parents actually loved and cared for me. I rushed to them and apologized. I was determined to find my brother. From the letter, I knew his first name was Mark. I just needed a last name. So I called the orphanage every day to ask for my brother's last name, but they didn't budget. I even asked my dad to make a big donation. Might as well use all this money for some good, but it didn't work. Looks like money can't buy everything, huh? Zach then had the most brilliant idea. He suggested we both volunteer at the orphanage and snoop around for the details. Oh my God, I love you and your amazing brain. Oh, sorry. Volunteering gave me a new perspective. All these little kids without parents, I was just like them when I was their age. I hoped they'd be lucky enough to find great parents like I did. After a couple of days, I found my way to the file cabinet and searched, jotting down all the last names of every Mark that had ever stayed there. But trying to contact each of these Marks was more tiring than I thought it would be. Most of them thought I was trying to scam them. It wasn't until Zach pointed out that I realized I could just look for the date of birth for each of these guys. 'Cause duh, we were twins. I know you don't have to say it, Zach. Oh my God, there's 2 of them. Oh, thank you. I'm going to contact the families right now.
Lexi, wait. Take a deep breath. You don't want to just call them and drop the news. Hey, I might be your twin. How about you let me do it? I'll look into it, and before you know it, Mark will show up.
I agreed with him, but I couldn't help feeling anxious for days. What if Mark is in another part of the world? What if he has no idea I even exist? Or worse, what if he hates me? I couldn't eat or sleep properly because the entire thing stressed me out. My parents were sweethearts, though. They tried to calm me down and distract me when we suddenly heard the doorbell. I rushed to open it only to find Zach standing there with a confused look. Did you find Mark?
I'm still looking, but this guy showed up.
Are you Lexi? Wow, it's so crazy to finally meet you. You look just like I expected. I'm getting goosebumps. I'm Mark, your twin brother.
What? I couldn't believe my eyes. My twin, my own brother, was standing here in front of me. We had the same hair color, the same eye color. We even laughed the same. Turns out, his adopted family had taken him to the UK, and he came all the way from there to look for me. He showed me the adoption certificate.
My parents told me the truth a year ago, and since then, I've been trying to find you. And a couple of weeks ago, I finally got your address and had to come right away. I had to see my sister. Look, I even have the birth certificate, my adoption papers from the orphanage.
Oh, I'm so glad you have no idea how much I've looked for you. Mark stayed with us for a couple of weeks, and we did our best to make him feel at home. I showed him around my school, got along with Zach, and best of all, I got to introduce someone as cool as him as my brother. All the girls at school were even drooling over him. It was probably because of the accent. He told me all about his life, the UK, and his projects and fundraisers that he started in order to help as many people as he can. He was like the perfect brother. I was so caught up spending time with Mark that I was losing touch with Zach. Whenever Mark wasn't hanging out with me, he was with Zach. It was like they were long-lost twins, honestly. Zach was always asking more questions, and my brother seemed to enjoy talking to him. Are you in love with my brother?
What? No. Why?
You keep following him around like a lovesick puppy. What's going on?
It's nothing like that. It's just something doesn't smell right about him.
Is that jealousy I'm detecting? Don't worry, Zach. There's one girl always on your side. Me, your best friend.
No thanks. But seriously though, something's off.
I know I've kind of been Mia. I've just been trying to make up for lost time with my brother. But don't worry, I haven't forgotten about you, Zach. But Zach continued to follow Mark more than usual, even at home. One day, I caught him snooping around Mark's stuff, and I confronted him asking why he was so obsessed with him.
Because I don't trust him. I don't want you getting hurt.
Zach, I finally have my brother after years. If you care about me, just let this go, please.
But I'm not lying.
Over the next few days, Zach stopped coming over, and Mark and I spent more time catching up. It was stressful fighting with my best friend, but at least I was having fun with my brother. We went out to fancy restaurants and on expensive shopping trips. Mark offered to pay, but I insisted every time. I was so happy to finally have him in my life that I figured buying him nice things was the least I could do. Well, he was always talking about the fancy cars in our garage, walked in and out of Dad's walk-in closet, and was so excited to see his watch collection. Apparently, he was a huge fan of fancy washes, huh? And weirdly, he knew the price of everything. Like once he saw a painting by a famous artist at home and told me he could guess the exact price. And he did. I did find it a little weird, but I was just focusing on the part that I had my brother back. A couple of days later, as I was relaxing and enjoying my weekend, Zach stormed into the house. Before anyone could process what was happening, Zach punched Mark. Two boys were in a full-blown fight. It took all of Dad's strength to pull Zach off of Mark. What is wrong with you? Have you completely lost it?
Lexi, you're not Lexi's brother, Mark. You're con artist, and I have proof. Look, he's been doing this to a bunch of rich families. He finds families that have a missing son or brother and pretends to be them just to scam them and use all their money. Someone from the orphanage tipped him off about you and he jumped on the chance to scam you.
That is nonsense. I am your real brother, Lexi. Believe me, he's just trying to get your money.
Oh, that's rich coming from you.
Both of you, shut up, Zach! You're unbelievable! I asked you to let this go.
For the last time, he is not your brother. I am.
Of course you are. You're not just my best friend, Zach, but I also see you as a brother figure. But you're obsessed with Mark. This has to stop, please.
I meant your real biological twin brother. That's me, not him. I know it sounds insane, but...
It does sound insane. This has gone too far. Now I just can't.
Lexi, you're my best friend. You have to believe me. You know, I wouldn't lie about something like this. The day you showed me the names of the adoptive parents, I was shocked because my dad's name was there. Henry Duckstein. That was the name of my adoptive dad. After my parents divorced, I took my mom's last name.
Yes, last name, the paper said. My brother's name was Mark.
Exactly. This man is an imposter.
Shut up.
My adoptive parents named me Zach. I confirmed with Mom too. That's when things started to shape up, but I didn't want to get my hopes up until I had proof.
And did you find proof?
Got Adna test done. It's a match. Lexi, you're my twin sister. The moment I got this report, I came here right away.
I felt like my mind was racing. It was a lot to take in. Why? How? How could you? I trusted you.
Come on.
Before the jerk could spew more lies, I gave him a tight slap that definitely rang his ear. He looked like he was about to run away, but then Zach and my dad tackled him. Moments later, police were at the door. Zach had reported this imposter Mark before coming over. He was arrested, and I was left too shocked to understand. And what the heck just happened? It took me a couple of days. The next morning, I went straight to Zach's house. The moment I saw him, all my emotions burst out. I broke down in tears right in front of him. I can't believe I was so blind. I'm sorry for not listening to you. I love you, Zach. You're the best brother, best friend, best everything a girl could ever ask for.
It's all good, Lexi. I'm always here for you, no matter what I mean it.
Brother and sister share a strong bond. When they're together, they can win any battle. Respecting other people's personal space is very important. You should not enter someone's room without their permission.
Hi, I'm Savannah from Chicago. Please like and subscribe. I never knew my mom because she fell ill soon after I was born, but my dad named me after her. He was a real estate tycoon, and my older twin brothers and I grew up in the lap of luxury. Dad loved us all, but I was his clear favorite. I don't remember him missing a single parent, teacher meeting, recital, birthday, or game practice, no matter how busy he was. And I only had to ask for something once, and he made it happen. Like when I was 7, my favorite cereal brand just announced they're hiding Disney princess figures in select boxes, and I wanted to collect the whole set. Not that I couldn't buy them from a toy store, I just really wanted the cereal ones. So, the next day, Dad had cereal boxes from every store in the city delivered to our mansion, and the entire household spent 3 days opening them till I had the whole range of figures. I even made it to the local news for that, and I always got my way with my brothers Adam and Jeff, too. Hey, get up! I was sitting in that chair first.
When were you sitting here?
Yesterday, or maybe on Sunday. It's not important. Just get up.
Buzz off and sit somewhere else. Loser!
I'm warning you, Adam. I'm gonna cry. He ignored me, and then I went at a scream like someone had cut my arm off. Dad came running in a panic, and Adam was grounded before he got 2 words out of his mouth. My brothers kept trying to get back at me, but they just couldn't win. Once when I was 10, I was playing in her backyard, when a scrawny little puppy wandered in, and I was immediately in love with it. It turned out that he belonged to one of our maids, and she seemed reluctant to let him go. Dad said he'd get me a better dog, but I threw one of my famous tantrums, and the maid eventually gave in. But later that night, when I took him out for a walk, I found a girl my age crying in the garden. The puppy ran out of my grasp, straight to her, and she squealed with delight. Hey, let him go. He's mine.
Actually, he's mine. My mom gave him to you because she works for you and you're a spoiled brat. Look, I don't want to cause any trouble for Mom, okay? I just came to say goodbye to him. Can I?
As the girl hugged her pet, I suddenly had a lump in my throat. I felt like such a jerk, just taking away something from someone without even thinking, just because I could. You can have him back. Your mom won't be in any trouble, I promise. But maybe I can play with him sometimes. The maid's daughter and I became friends, and maybe it was her effect on me. But I slowly started seeing that my brothers and I were just too spoiled. I once joked with Dad about wanting a private jet, and he asked me what color I'd like. Dad, I was kidding. I'm 13. Where would I go on a private jet? You really need to learn how to say no sometimes. But he just couldn't, and my brothers took full advantage of it. They failed their classes, but they knew Dad would pay the school off to make them pass. They were the heads of all the sports clubs without deserving it, and obviously the most popular guys around, because they blew money on wild parties for their friends. Soon after the twins' 18th birthday, Dad decided they needed to learn more about his business, and he wanted me to join in too. But during these meetings, the things I learned just shot me.
Now look at this mansion I sold last month. There was mold in the basement and the foundation had water damage. But we did a really good job covering it up and I sold it for 4 times its real value.
Wow, Dad, you're a genius. I had no idea you were such a cool cat.
What? That's just plain wrong. How could you sell someone a damaged house and they could sue you?
Honey, relax. I've been in the business a long time. They can't prove we knew about this damage already. And don't worry, the insurance will cover it.
But it's still dishonest.
So, no man can make as much money as I have by being honest all the time. Everyone cuts corners. It's how things are done and I'm doing all this for you guys.
No one asked you to, Dad. You know you've always been my role model and my favorite person in the world. How could you be so disappointing?
That's enough, Savannah. Don't be ungrateful.
After that, things were never quite the same between me and Dad. I'd always put him on the highest pedestal and he'd just fallen so far. It completely changed my relationship with him. And I knew one thing for sure. I wasn't going to be part of the family business. I'd always loved to paint, so I started working harder to build a good portfolio and apply for scholarships to art schools. I knew Dad would pay in the blink of an eye, but I wanted to try doing things on my own. But a few weeks after I started art school, Dad suffered a major heart attack. When he finally came home from the hospital, he gathered my brothers and me into a study and made an announcement.
Kids, I'm giving you my business and my wealth. I don't want you to wait longer to inherit everything that's yours.
I was stunned, but I could see the greedy excitement in my brother's eyes.
Really? So what do we get?
Everything! I've made all the arrangements. All I ask is that you enjoy what you've been given to the fullest and that you let me stay with you throughout the year. I'll split my time among your 3 homes wherever you choose to live.
This is amazing! And of course you can stay with me, Dad, as long as you want.
Thank you, Adam. I leave you control of the company. You have a shrewd mind for business and you'll do really well.
Yeah, it'll be my honor, Dad. Thank you, thank you.
Dad, if he gets the company, what happens to me?
Jeff, I know how much you love to travel the world. I leave you half of my material wealth to use as you see fit.
Oh my goodness, this is unbelievable. Thank you so much.
I worked all my life to provide you with this. Please enjoy it.
We sure will.
My brothers left the room arm in arm, celebrating their new fortune. Why are you doing this, Dad?
It's time, Savannah. Which brings me to what I want you to have.
I don't want anything more from you.
Excuse me?
I'm thankful for the life you gave me, but I can't stop wishing you'd done things differently. I don't want your fortune, and I can't be a part of your business. I don't think I could sleep at night knowing I'm scamming people. I just want to do things on my own. Dad looked beyond furious. He just exploded.
After all I've done for you, this is how you thank me.
Dad, calm down. You'll give yourself another heart attack.
As if you care. You look down on me now, huh? And if you want nothing, fine. Get out.
Of course I care.
Enough. You're a stranger to me now. I have no daughter. Just get out.
I walked out that day and began a life on my own, and it was not easy, especially since I'd grown up like a princess. The scholarship paid for my tuition, but I had to work 2 jobs after school to pay for everything else. I survived, though, and only got stronger. I never heard from my family, but occasionally I'd see my brothers in magazines or on TV, showing up at charity events and flashing their wealth. But I never saw my dad. Slowly, I even started selling my artwork on the side. I hit the jackpot when I was discovered by a renowned painter, and she got me my first gallery show. That's where I met a lovely guy named Chase, and it wasn't long before we fell in love. He proposed after I graduated, and I happily said yes. At our engagement party, he asked me to call my family.
This is the biggest moment of our lives, they should know.
They could have called me any time.
Please, Savannah, don't let pride keep you apart. Someone has to be the first to call. Let it be you.
Okay, I'll try. That's the best I can do. I called Adam the next day, reaching him at the office. His secretary left me on hold for 20 minutes before he finally picked up.
Yeah, what is it?
Hello to you too. I'm getting married, Adam.
So why are you telling me?
I thought you might want to come.
Come on, Savannah. I don't have time for this.
Gosh, I knew this was a mistake.
You chose your life and walked away. Don't be mad at us now. Is that all?
Where's Dad?
Who?
Are you serious? Where is he?
Who knows? He got mad and left. Ask Jeff.
I called Jeff and reached him on his private plane.
Dad was a real drag. I had to cut him loose.
Cut him loose?
Let him go. Last I saw him, he was roaming around downtown.
What? You mean he's homeless?
I don't know. If you want to find him so bad, do it yourself.
I was shaking with rage, and I threw the phone across the room and burst into tears. Chase came running in and hugged me. We have to find him, Chase. We need to go now.
Find who?
My dad. It was pouring rain that night, but I didn't care. We drove through the streets of downtown Chicago, visiting homeless shelters and looking in back alleys, but he was nowhere to be found. How could they just let him leave? Is money that important? More important than family, and I should have stayed in touch.
You did what you had to do, love. He told you to leave, but don't lose hope yet. We'll look again tomorrow and report him missing to the police. Let's go home now.
But when we reached our house, I saw a man slumped near the front door. I jumped out of the car, my heart pounding. Dad! He looked up, so much paler and thinner than I remembered.
Savannah, I am so sorry.
Chase and I took Dad inside, sat him by the fire, and served some hot soup. When he'd regained some strength, he finally started to talk.
Your brothers only wanted my money, Savannah. I tried to advise Adam on a business deal, and he screamed at me saying it was his company, and he didn't want an old man around. Then I went to stay with Jeff, and he said I ruined the vibe. I had nowhere to go.
You could have called me.
How could I? After the way I treated you, and it's my fault those two have turned out this way. I made them greedy and selfish like me. I was just too ashamed to face you.
Until that moment, it carried so much anger and hurt. But seeing him there, looking so frail, it just melted away. I love you, Dad. You're safe now. You're home. We spent the evening talking. He spent a lot of time with Chase and looking at my art.
You made a beautiful life for yourself.
Yes, I did. Chase and I converted our spare office into Dad's bedroom, and we got to know each other all over again. All these years later, we were family once more, but in the back of my mind, I still had so much resentment toward Adam and Jeff. I couldn't concentrate on my art, and Chase noticed that I wasn't being myself.
You're gonna see your brothers, aren't you? What are you gonna say?
I don't really know, I'm just so angry with them, but I think I have to do this.
Then you should, Savannah, and no matter what happens, you'll have a family here waiting for you.
The next day, I went to Adam's massive office building. I was prepared to scream at him, hit him, destroy him somehow. But when I walked into his vast office, I found him standing by the window, staring out at the city. His back was hunched like he was really tired. He turned around, and I was shocked. He looked 10 years older than his age.
I have 5 minutes. Savannah, what do you need?
I found Dad.
Great job. Is that all?
Adam, are you happy?
I have no family, no free time. I sleep in the office most nights trying to do more and more and more. When you reach this level, Savannah, personal happiness is irrelevant. It's all about the next deal.
Why do you do it?
What other choice do I have? What else is there?
You have one last chance to set things right, Adam. You can choose to take it. I set a wedding invitation on his desk and left. In the afternoon, I stopped by Jeff's $1 million apartment. There was nothing warm or homey about it. It just looked like a cold hotel room. He was sitting on a white couch, staring at the ceiling.
I'm leaving for Europe in the morning.
What are you doing this time?
How many parties can you go to? How many vacations are enough? Nobody's really my friend. They just like me for the trips, for the yacht parties, for the money. I just want something meaningful.
You have one last chance to have that, Jeff. Think about it. And I left a wedding invitation on the edge of the couch. A month later, Chase and I were married in a beautiful garden venue on a gorgeous spring day. But that's not the most important part. The most important part was that of my brothers apologized to me and begged for Dad's forgiveness. And now, my father was walking me down the aisle on my wedding day, and my brothers were smiling at me from the front row.
Hi, I'm Hannah. I live in Canada. Please like and subscribe to Luna Avatar. I was born in a vibrant city full of colors, but I can only see a few of them. I found out I was colorblind when I was just 3 years old. People think my world is just black and white, but actually, to me, a rainbow is only blue and yellow. It's a genetic thing because my dad is colorblind too. Oh, and he was super rich, so we lived in this huge mansion. It wouldn't be so bad to be just like him. The trouble began when I started going to school. My teacher went crazy trying to explain colors to me, but I couldn't identify a single one correctly. The other kids just made it worse, especially my classmates Cindy and Ryan. They were twins, and they were both super annoying. They would judge and review my outfit every single day in front of everyone. Dad and I couldn't spot a lot of patterns, so most of the time, I honestly had no idea what I actually looked like.
She looked like a stupid clown. Did you get dressed in the dark?
I'm colorblind!
What is that? That's fake.
Cindy even told the whole class that I was lying about a weird fake disease to cover up my stupidity, and everyone looked at me like I was dumb. Ryan was somehow even more annoying than Cindy. He wanted to test and see if I was telling the truth, so he would randomly put paint marks on my things to see if I would notice. Stop ruining my things!
You jerk! I knew you lied. You could see them.
I don't see some colors! Some! One day, Cindy went too far. She stole my sketchbook, tore up all my drawings, and pasted them all over the school hallway. The whole class laughed at my blue tree and green skies. I attacked her, and we started fighting on the ground while all the other kids cheered. Suddenly, Ryan showed up and stopped us.
Stop it, Cindy. Take the pictures down.
What's up with you? You're taking her side?
If she's really colorblind, we shouldn't make fun of her.
I was in shock. Ryan was defending me. Cindy walked away fuming, and I thanked him. Not only did he take down all the pictures and clear everyone out, but he also apologized for not believing me. He then spent days asking me tons of questions to better understand my condition.
Is everyone in your family colorblind? Is it like temporary memory loss? If I hit you on the head, will you see colors again?
Oh, that was such a dumb question. But honestly, he's kinda cute. I thought we could actually become friends, but something happened that ruined it all. The interview to get into a fancy private middle school. All the kids wanted to get into that school because it was the only good one in the entire town, and the competition was insane. Unfortunately, I didn't do well on the test, and the teacher didn't hesitate to cut me from the pass list. Cindy laughed out loud.
Ha! I knew you were stupid.
Before the first tear could say goodbye from my eyes, my dad jumped into action. He offered the school a huge donation to accept me.
Sorry, but we don't have any spots left for any more children. Even if you—
I'll double the donation, then give her someone else's spot.
Dad, that's cheating! The teacher's eyes lit up when she saw the check. And unfortunately, Cindy was the one who got picked.
You have the lowest marks after Hannah, so it has to be you.
The stupid teacher was so happy about the donation that she let it slip, and Cindy and her parents went crazy with rage.
This is bribery. This is unfair.
The crowd of adults became chaotic and started fighting each other. Ryan gave me the worst look ever.
I can't believe you would do this!
I knew he was cheating, but Dad refused to back down. We joined our new school, and Ryan came without his twin. One day, he told us that Cindy had been sent to boarding school.
None of the other schools in town are good. Now she has to live away from her family. I hope you're happy, Hannah.
That was the day we became enemies. He hated me. I felt guilty, so I bought him a lot of presents as an apology, but he kept throwing them back in my face.
You can't buy me, you brat!
He told everyone that I was only here because of bribery, and they all thought I was a rich, spoiled jerk. He called me stupid names in class, and he made fun of my outfit so much that I started asking my maids to choose them for me. As if school wasn't hard enough, as I was growing up, the subjects were getting harder, and our textbooks labeled everything in different colors. I could hardly understand what my teachers were teaching because they always used colored chalk and gave us color-coded notes for every class. Every time I failed, Ryan was ready to attack me.
Oh, isn't your dad super rich? Why don't you just buy yourself a better grade?
I threw my paper in his face. Even if I was bad at getting grades, I could still dance, sing, and run. I started going to classes and training after school, and in a few months, I was a part of both the school track team and the cheerleading squad.
I guess you can buy a place in any club.
Shut up, Ryan! Make me! I did make him shut up when I won my first gold medal in track. I rubbed it in his face so hard when my winning streak continued. My principal called me to her office to congratulate me and said,
Hannah, you can get amazing offers from colleges if you keep performing like this, but you have to maintain an average grade of AC.
That made me nervous, and his solution made me want to throw up.
We're going to partner you up with the best kid in school, Ryan.
Ryan walked in with the most evil look on his face. The teacher said that Ryan would be my partner in every class from now on, and he would tutor me every day after school. Oh no, I tried to protest, but my teacher thought it was a great idea and Ryan agreed with him. What was he going to get out of this? The answer was simple. He wanted to torture me. He gave me a mountain of homework every day. And if I didn't do it, he threatened to report me to the teacher whenever we partnered up for projects. He made me do all the work for the learning experience. He was going out of his way to annoy me. And one day, I just vented to my dad about it at dinner. I was not prepared for what Dad did next. He showed up at school and barged into class with the principal. They announced that Ryan was expelled for bullying me. What? We all rushed to the principal's office and I screamed at my dad. What are you doing?
Getting rid of your bully.
I didn't want you to solve my problem. I just wanted your support.
I am supporting.
You can't just crush people's lives for me. It's not fair. It's what made everyone hate me in the first place. If you do this, I am never talking to you again.
Dad looked shocked. We had never shouted at each other like this.
Fine, he can stay. Never bully my daughter again.
With that, Dad stormed out without even looking at me. I'd never fought with him before, and I couldn't help but cry when Ryan offered me a tissue. I slapped his hand away.
I don't want your help. Just go away.
I'm not helping you. I'm just standing near you and I happen to have a tissue.
I snatched it out of his hands and turned to leave, but he pulled me back.
Why didn't you just let him expel me? Don't I bug you?
I'm not a jerk. I hated taking Cindy's place and I wish I could undo it. I'd never do that to someone again.
I may have been meaner to you than I needed to be, I'm sorry.
You're what?
I'm sorry, okay? I'm not saying it again.
With that, he ran away and I was stunned. This was the nicest conversation we'd had in years. When I went home that day, Dad and I sat down to talk about what happened. To my surprise, he apologized for going overboard. I made him promise to trust me and let me handle my life myself.
How can I make it up to you? Is there anything that you want?
That's when I got an idea. I asked Dad to pay the school to offer Cindy a place again.
She's living away from her family because of us. We should fix it. Dad agreed. And the next day, he put in a request to have Cindy transferred back. She accepted the offer from our school, and when Ryan realized she was coming back, he went crazy.
Did you do this?
Yes, I'm so happy she got accepted.
Thank you.
He grabbed me in a hug so tight I could barely breathe. He finally forgave me for everything that happened, and we became friends again. He tutored me for real this time. He found colorblind friendly versions of our textbooks, and if he couldn't, he would make notes that I could clearly understand. I finally got a B average, and I got an offer from an amazing college. I literally flew into Ryan's arms. He lost his balance, and we fell. Our faces were so close together that I blushed. Suddenly, someone pulled him away from me. It was Cindy. She was back, and I was nervous. I was sure that she still hated me for all those years she had to be away from her family. But she acted totally sweet and normal.
I know you took my spot, but I bullied you when we were kids. We both did stupid things. I miss my family, but I had a nice life in school. I'm just happy to be back now, and I hope we can be friends.
I was shocked, but Cindy and I actually started hanging out. When Ryan finally got into his dream college, we all celebrated together. One day, Cindy showed up at my house and she was in tears. She told me that her family was out of money.
There's no way they can pay for Ryan's college.
But he literally dreams about college.
He can't go unless you do something about it. Your dad has connections, right? He can convince the college to give him a full scholarship.
No, we can't interfere.
We have to. Ryan already has a spot, so we're not hurting anyone. He works so hard. He deserves this.
I was scared, but she was right. I asked my dad for help, and he said,
I have a friend at the university I can talk to. I'll do it.
A few days later, Ryan showed up at school fuming.
Did your dad contact the scholarship committee behind my back?
No!
Tell me the truth.
Everyone fell silent.
Yes, he did!
They just sent me their rejection letter for using my connections to get a scholarship. They banned me from applying again. You ruined everything, Hannah.
My jaw hit the floor as he stormed off. I'd messed up horribly. Ryan refused to come to school, and he didn't pick up any of my calls. Cindy even took me to their house, and he just hid in his room and played music at the highest volume so he couldn't hear me. I was utterly shattered by what I'd done. I told my dad about it, and he came up with a plan. He apologized to the committee and told them that Ryan had no idea about his involvement.
My daughter has a crush on the kid at school, so she made me do it.
Oh my God, Dad!
With his explanation and a sizable donation, the school agreed to lift the ban on Ryan. I literally flew over to his house to tell him about it. He wouldn't open the door, so Cindy let me in through the window in his room.
What the heck?
The college wants you back. They lifted the ban.
I got their email. Did your dad pay for this too?
Maybe he did.
So what?
It feels like you do whatever you want, and you just pay for your problems to go away.
I didn't pay for my problems to go away. I did it for you. I thought you deserved that school.
You're being an idiot, Ryan. I convinced Hannah to help. She didn't even want to do it.
I could have gotten into so much trouble.
I just acted rashly because I care about you. I wanted you to have what you want, and I almost ruined everything. I'm really sorry.
When Ryan finally forgave me, I literally burst into tears. I did not like feeling guilty. They both hugged me, and I finally felt better. I promised to never mess with their lives again now that all three of us were friends. Cindy noticed my feelings for Ryan instantly. She was so excited for me to ask him out, but I would get all nervous and chicken out every time. One day, Ryan and I were sitting in the cafeteria when a boy walked up to me.
Hey, Hannah, Cindy said you were looking for a date, so I thought I'd take you out to dinner. You in?
Cindy gave me a wink and Ryan just glared at him.
She can't go out with you. She's going out with me.
I am?
Oh, I didn't ask you. I'll do it now. Hannah, you want to go out with me?
Dude! I asked her first.
She'll pick me.
I don't know.
Come on!
It's a real pickle. I'll need 2 or 3 days to think about it. Ryan leaned across the table and kissed me. I was breathless.
Yes, my plan worked. People call me the Queen of Entertainment, a famous pop icon, a musical superstar. You can take your pick. As for me, I like to be called the Queen of Hearts. Hi, I'm Verosika Mayday, and I'm from Florida to overachiever parents who are super successful in their careers. Right, since I was a toddler, I loved to sing. Mom would sing me lullabies, and I'd sing along with her.
You have a beautiful voice, my baby. Just like an angel.
I'm not so sure I didn't get selected for the school choir.
Don't let that dishearten you, sweetheart, and have confidence in your talent. I'm sure you're meant for great things.
Although I loved singing, I was also fascinated by theater and acting. I performed on stage for the first time when I was 8 in a musical named Annie.
Are you nervous, Vero?
No, not at all. In fact, I can't wait to set the stage on fire. And I did just that. That musical was a great success, and it marked the beginning of my musical theater journey. After that, I performed in so many other local productions like Beauty and the Beast and The Wizard of Oz. Life was going smoothly, but then my parents got separated. I felt devastated for a while, but thank God I had my pet dogs to keep me going through the tough phase. Just so you know, I have 10 rescue pups. One of them is named Sirius Black. Yeah, I'm quite obsessed with Harry Potter. But then, aren't we all? So, by the time I turned 14, I decided I'd acted enough and now wanted to make a career in singing. I packed my bags and moved to Los Angeles to meet my managers. Guys, I think I want to make an R&B album.
That's a hell of a goal, but who do you think's gonna buy a 14-year-old's R&B album?
Well, that kind of made sense. So I went back to Florida and decided to focus on theater. For the time being, then when I was 15, I got chosen from among thousands of girls to play one of the main characters in a Broadway musical called 13, for which I later bagged a prestigious award. By this time, I had moved to New York, so I was missing school a lot. Mom, I want to continue performing. But what about studies? I want to finish high school at least.
Don't worry, sweetheart. Your school has agreed to send study material so you don't miss out on your studies.
That was pretty cool. I was studying and focusing on my career, even though I was miles away from home. Then in 2009, I bagged the role of an adorable goofball named Cat Valentine in the famous Nickelodeon TV show named Victorious. Since the show was set in a performing arts school, it gave me an opportunity to showcase my acting as well as my singing abilities on a national platform. Thanks to the show, I was suddenly a teen idol.
So, Veronica, what's next? Are you looking at a career in Hollywood?
To be honest, acting is fun, but music has always been first and foremost with me. I was determined to give singing a shot, so I kept uploading my videos on YouTube, where I sang covers of songs by Adele, Mariah Carey, and Whitney Houston. Meanwhile, the second season of Victorious premiered in 2011 to 6.2 million viewers, becoming the highest-rated episode of the show. Victorious ran for 3 seasons until it was finally wrapped up in 2013. Then one day I got the most unexpected call.
Hello, Veronica. I'm Monte Lipman, CEO of Republic Records. I saw your YouTube videos, and I want to sign you up for the label. Are you interested?
Yeah, of course. I'd love that. I put down my phone and did a little happy dance. My music career was finally taking off. The next 3 years, I focused completely on my vocals and singing and collaborated with many contemporary artists. The result was my first album, Yours Truly, that debuted at #1 on the US Billboard 200 Albums chart, and it sold 138,000 copies in its first week. After that, there was no looking back for me. Today, I've sold over 85 million records worldwide, broke 27 Guinness World Records as a singer, bagged 2 Grammys, and was listed among the 100 most influential persons in the world by Time magazine. So, friends, I hope my story inspires you to never give up on your dreams. Since miracles happen, just believe in yourself. Because if you don't, who else will?